Ladies and gentlemen, life doesn't always unfold the way we plan it. It often throws challenges, barriers, and heartbreaks in our path. But within every setback, there is a hidden lesson, a whisper urging us to rise, to believe, and to dare. Dare to dream, dare to imagine, and dare to create a life that is bigger than the circumstances we face. Dreams are not limited by circumstances. They are defined by your courage to pursue them. This truth is both liberating and challenging because it places the power of dreaming and achieving squarely in your hands. Often, people allow their environment, their upbringing, or the limitations imposed by others to dictate the scope of their aspirations. They internalize the belief that their circumstances are boundaries they cannot cross. But dreams, real dreams, are not confined to the parameters of what is practical or expected. They are born from a deep yearning within the soul, a calling that whispers to you about what you could be, if only you dared to try. The world is full of stories of those who have defied the odds, individuals who had every reason to give up but instead chose to push forward. They teach us that our circumstances may shape us, but they do not define the ultimate course of our lives. Whether you come from privilege or poverty, whether you face physical challenges or societal barriers, the size of your dreams is determined not by what you lack, but by the courage you possess to chase after them relentlessly. Courage is the force that allows you to envision possibilities beyond what you see in the present moment. It fuels the decision to act even when fear tells you to stay still. And here's the thing about courage, it doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means you feel the fear but move forward anyway because your dreams are worth it. Courage helps you resist the temptation to settle for a life that is comfortable but unfulfilling. It is the spark that keeps your dreams alive when the road gets tough. There will always be voices, external and internal, trying to convince you that your circumstances are too overwhelming, that you are not enough, or that dreaming big is for someone else. But those voices lose their power the moment you decide that your dreams are more important than your doubts. You have the ability to choose courage over fear, hope over despair, and action over hesitation. It starts with a single decision to believe in the possibility of a reality beyond the constraints of your current situation. Your unique story is the foundation of your greatness. Embrace it unapologetically. Every person's journey is distinct, marked by trials, triumphs, and lessons that shape who they are. Yet so many of us shy away from our stories, fearing judgment, rejection, or misunderstanding. We try to hide the parts that make us different, thinking they are weaknesses or imperfections. But the truth is, those very parts, our struggles, our scars, our unique perspectives, are what make us extraordinary. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our identity, creating something that no one else in the world can replicate. It is tempting to compare ourselves to others, to feel inadequate because our path doesn't look like theirs. Society often encourages us to conform, to fit into molds that are easier to understand or accept, but greatness is never born from conformity. It comes from authenticity, from standing tall in the truth of who you are and the experiences that have shaped you. When you embrace your story, you unlock a power within yourself that no one can take away. You begin to see your uniqueness not as something to hide, but as your greatest asset. Your story holds the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the resilience you've built. It is proof that you've faced challenges and come through the other side stronger and wiser. These experiences give you a perspective that can inspire others, teach others, and remind them that they too can overcome their struggles. When you share your story, you create connection, empathy, and understanding. You show others that they are not alone in their battles. Embracing your story unapologetically means letting go of the fear of what others might think. It means recognizing that your journey, with all its highs and lows, is valid and valuable. You do not need to seek permission to be yourself. The more you own your narrative, the more you begin to realize how much power it holds. Your story is your strength, your wisdom, and your truth. It is the foundation on which you can build your dreams and inspire others to build theirs. It is not a limitation, but a gift that only you can give to the world. Failures are not the end, but stepping stones toward the life you deserve. Failure is one of the most misunderstood experiences in life. Many view it as a verdict, a definitive statement that they are not capable, worthy, or good enough. But in truth, failure is an inevitable part of any meaningful journey. It is not a wall that blocks your path. It is a staircase that demands you to climb higher, to learn, and to grow. Each setback you face, no matter how painful or discouraging, carries within it the seeds of transformation and progress. When you fail, it is easy to feel defeated, to doubt yourself, and to question whether pursuing your dreams is worth it. But failure has an important lesson to teach. It is not the failure itself that defines you, but how you respond to it. Each misstep holds a message, a clue about what didn't work, and an opportunity to approach the challenge with greater insight and resilience. Failure, when embraced with the right mindset, becomes a teacher that guides you closer to your goals. Think of all the great innovators, leaders, and changemakers in history. Behind every success story is a trail of failures that shaped their path. These individuals didn't achieve greatness by avoiding mistakes. They achieved it by daring to take risks, failing repeatedly, and refusing to let those failures stop them. They understood that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a part of the process of growth. Failure also builds resilience. It teaches you to persevere when things don't go as planned, and to find strength you didn't know you had. Each time you rise after falling, you become stronger, more determined, and more prepared to face the challenges ahead. It is in these moments of rising that you discover your true capacity to overcome. Most importantly, failure strips away illusions and brings you closer to your authentic self. It humbles you, reminds you of what truly matters, and forces you to focus on your purpose. When you see failure not as an ending, but as a necessary step forward, you stop fearing it. You start welcoming it as a sign that you're pushing beyond your comfort zone, daring to grow, and moving closer to the life you are meant to live. The world only sees limitations if you allow it to rewrite your narrative. Society has a way of placing labels on people, defining them by their circumstances, abilities, or challenges. These labels can feel heavy, restricting, and impossible to shed, often shaping how others perceive you and, more importantly, how you perceive yourself. But these limitations are not absolute truths. They are constructs that only hold power if you accept them. The moment you decide to challenge them, to redefine your story, you begin to shift not only your reality, but also the world's perception of you. Too often, people let the narratives imposed on them dictate their choices. They hear things like, "You're not capable, you're too different," or "You'll never succeed," and they start to believe these false limitations. But the truth is, you have the ability to rewrite your story at any moment. You are not defined by what others say about you or by the circumstances you were born into. You are defined by what you choose to do with the life you've been given. Rewriting your narrative starts with believing in your potential, even when it feels like no one else does. It means refusing to let obstacles become excuses and finding ways to rise above them instead. It requires courage to see beyond the restrictions that the world places on you and to focus on what you know you can achieve. This is not about ignoring challenges or pretending they don't exist. It is about deciding that those challenges will not have the final word in your story. Every time you choose to push past a limitation, you send a powerful message to yourself and to the world. You prove that no label, no barrier, no external judgment can define who you are or what you can achieve. By rewriting your narrative, you reclaim your power. You become the author of your own story, taking control of your destiny rather than letting it be dictated by others. When you change your narrative, you inspire others to do the same. You become a living example that limitations are meant to be broken, that success is possible no matter where you start, and that the human spirit is far more powerful than any obstacle it faces. Rewrite your narrative, and you will discover the strength, purpose, and freedom that were always within you. Persistence and self-belief are the keys to turning impossibilities into reality. In life, we often encounter moments where the odds seem insurmountable, where the voices of doubt, both from within and from the world around us, grow louder and more convincing. It is in these moments that persistence and self-belief become not just tools, but necessities. They are the forces that propel you forward when every other part of you wants to stop. Persistence is the quiet, unwavering commitment to keep going, even when the path ahead seems unclear or the progress feels painfully slow. It is not about perfection or having all the answers. It is about showing up day after day, despite setbacks, failures, or delays. Persistence requires patience, but it also demands a certain defiance, a refusal to let circumstances dictate your potential. It is what keeps you standing after every fall, ready to try again, knowing that each step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. But persistence alone is not enough. It must be paired with self-belief, that deep, unshakable conviction that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Self-belief is not arrogance or overconfidence. It is a quiet assurance that your dreams are valid and that you have what it takes to make them a reality. It is what keeps the flame alive, even when others try to extinguish it. Self-belief allows you to look beyond your current limitations and see the possibility of growth, the potential to become more than what you are today. When persistence and self-belief come together, they create a powerful synergy. With self-belief, you dare to dream bigger, to imagine possibilities that others might dismiss as impossible. And with persistence, you take those dreams and work tirelessly to bring them to life, step by step, moment by moment. Together, they give you the strength to endure challenges, the courage to take risks, and the resilience to adapt when plans don't unfold as expected. Impossibilities begin to crumble under the weight of unwavering effort and belief. The obstacles that once seemed immovable start to shift, and the path to success becomes clearer. This is not because the journey becomes easier, but because you become stronger. Through persistence and self-belief, you transform yourself into someone who not only dreams but also achieves, no matter how impossible the dream once seemed. Your dream has power because it is yours. Protect it fiercely. In a world filled with opinions, distractions, and doubts, holding on to your dream can sometimes feel like an uphill battle. People may question it, dismiss it, or fail to understand it. Situations may arise that challenge your ability to keep believing. Yet despite all of this, your dream remains one of the most personal and powerful forces in your life. It is a reflection of your deepest desires, your aspirations, and the potential you see within yourself. Protecting your dream means treating it as something sacred, something that deserves your time, energy, and commitment. It is not about proving others wrong or seeking external validation. It is about honoring that inner voice that tells you what you are capable of, even when the world doesn't see it yet. This requires focus and discipline. It means learning to say no to distractions and negativity that pull you away from your path. It means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, who encourage your growth, and who respect the significance of your vision. There will always be challenges. People might tell you that your dream is unrealistic or too ambitious. These voices can be loud and persistent, but they do not define your journey. Only you can decide the worth of your dream and the effort you're willing to put into it. Protecting it fiercely doesn't mean being defensive or rigid. It means being unwavering in your commitment to nurture it, to let it grow, and to evolve alongside it. Your dream is unique because it comes from you. It is shaped by your experiences, your passions, and your perspective. No one else in the world can dream it or achieve it the way you can. This uniqueness is its strength and why it must be guarded. The world might try to shape you into something you are not, to conform to expectations or settle for less than you desire. Protecting your dream means resisting this pressure and choosing to stay true to yourself. Every action you take in pursuit of your dream is an act of faith in your own potential. By protecting it fiercely, you affirm to yourself and the world that it matters, that you matter. It is this fierce commitment that transforms dreams into reality step by step despite the odds. Thank you.